Alright, Shalom. Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you for another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, today's lesson we're going to go into, how how Bashem Yahushai is going to turn his fishers into hunters. Alright, so just to, let you, the hopeful elect out there know that, the wicked out there, they're not going nowhere. There's nowhere for them to hide. And Yahushai, the angels, and the 144,000 are going to hunt every last one of them down. You see? Alright, so this is something that, should, uplift your spirits, Lord willing, just to let you know, you may be catching a hard time or going through whatever you're going through, your troubles, your spiritual battles. But just remember that, those of you that trust in the Lord, the elect already got the victory through who? Yahweh Shai, right? Hamashiach, the water to our Heavenly Father Yahweh for sending his son Yahweh Shai down here. Okay? Alright, so it's by Yahweh Shai, we have a fighting chance. Okay, it's by Yahweh Shai, that we have we know who we are. Okay, we have this truth. You see? It's a very beautiful thing, because look what our Lord had to sacrifice. But look at our Lord now. Okay, yeah, he went through the betrayals, he went through the hardships, but now look at Yahweh Shai, untouchable. These heathens and Edomites are scrambling. Remember that. They may be laughing, making jokes, but they can't stop this thing. They can't stop this. They have no idea how those so-called UFOs work. So this is just to let you know that because it's almost hunting season, and those of you that are the diligent prophets out there, the Lord's gonna transform you into hunters real soon. And the Lord is gonna use you as his battle axe and weapons of war. You gotta remember that. So it's just something, just to give you brothers and sisters, a refresher. Just rejoice. Because remember, it's not always gonna be just the heathens, the Edomites, just always trying to talk down on us, stuff like that. Remember, they're about to be hunted down real soon. And their technology is nothing compared to Yahweh Shai and the angels and the 144, baby. You gotta understand that. You see? Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is a man of war. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is his name. Okay, so right here, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is a man of war. So right there, the Lord is a man. Because a lot of you bug outs on the left hand side, okay, you bugged out celebrities, you guys say that, oh yeah, the Lord's a woman. Okay, you guys are all full of crap. You guys are all storytellers. You see? You guys worship demons. You see? And false idols. Huh? Oh, absolutely. And you guys don't follow the Lord. You guys don't even know who the Lord is. Alright, so this is something that, just to, it's nothing to, it's nothing to, downplay, or to talk down on you women out there, because there are a lot of you wicked women out there that are going to be put to death of the daughters of Zion, but there are a lot of, few of you righteous sisters out there that are righteous. So it's not just to put the woman down, okay, it's just to let you know that there's an established order, okay, above Above the woman is the man. Okay, above the man is Yahweh Shai. Above Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. Okay, just to let you know that there's an established order. You see? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is a man of war. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is his name. Okay? This is something that, this is something that is very, very important. Okay? This is something that is, this is something that is very, very important. Alright? Oh, absolutely. Okay, very, very important, because you gotta know that the Lord, he's about that life. Okay, the Lord is not, the Lord, come on, he's a creator of heavens and earth. You know, he's the one who gave our enemies their technology and all that. You know, which is weak compared to the right hand side. You see? Yeah, but look at what he gave you. You know, and the Lord just gave you. He goes, here, I'm just giving you a little bit. Go ahead and play with that. Go ahead and play with that. You know, and look at you, mere mortals, thinking you're all bad. You know. See? You know? So this is why the left-hand side is scrambling, trying to open up portals, because they're nervous, you know? Remember, at the end of the day, because they're trying to figure it out. They can't, you know? See? Because they're not gods. So right there, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is a man of war. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is his name. Right. Because the Lord is coming back to overthrow our enemies. But also, we're about to experience and see, spiritual power. Okay, those of you that are part of the 144,000, okay, you're about to be activated with spiritual power. You know, so this world hasn't seen that power for a long time. That's why they, there's a lot of mockers and scoffers, but that's okay. You know, remember, that don't change the fact of anything. You know, it doesn't change the reality of anything. You see? But that's something that you got to really understand. You know? So right here, follow me to Jeremiah. Okay, Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 16. And let's see. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14 on down. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So real fast, just to set the record straight. It's not up to the elites. It's not up to these Freemasons. It's not up to the left-hand side. Up to you queers. Okay, it's up to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, therefore, behold, the days come, said who? The left-hand side. These weak-ass Freemasons and Jesuits. All right, no. Okay, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth. The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Okay, because that was a great miraculous miracle. Okay, that was a great act that happened. All right, that happened out there in Egypt. You know, when the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai saved the Israelites. Okay, by using his servant Moses, and Aaron, you see, and plagued Egypt, you see, but horrible plagues, and destroyed Pharaoh and his whole army. You see, verse 15. But the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai liveth, because the Lord is alive and well. See, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, America, because America, it's about to go down here in America. If you don't know, now you know. Okay, it's gonna be war on all fronts, war on all sides. Remember that. It's just not the left hand side here, the right hand side is here as well. you know, that is going to totally, um, totally going to give the left-hand side a beatdown beyond their comprehension, you know, beyond. See, this is why a lot of the left-hand side, you clowns are underground. You know, come up outside, come up outside the ground. You know, come up here and bring some of these fresh chemtrails. You know, yeah, you know what I mean. You guys got all these retarded ass agents out here. You know, come up out of that ground and come get your ass kicked, straight up. You know, facts. But you guys are down there. You know, you guys are down there on the ground. Like little wimps. You see that you are. You see, you know, because name one leader of the United States. Name one leader of the UN who are warriors, who are true men. Okay, you Edomites are weak and soft. You guys are queers. Okay, just name all the leaders. Just go from Poland. Okay, go to Germany. All right, go to London. Okay, you know, you leaders in the EU. Look at Ukraine. Okay, Zelensky. You guys are all wimps. All the leaders around the world. You guys are all cherries. Straight up and down. You know, straight up and down. Straight up and down. You know, Putin is the only one that he's all right. You know, yeah. You know, we'll leave it like that. You know, Putin's. You know, he's somewhat. You know, he's Putin's the only one that hey. You know, he's a different type of Edomite. He is an Edomite, but at least, you know, he has a little bit of, somewhat of manliness about him, you know. But the rest of you, he is the Edomites. You guys are complete clowns. You know, complete cherries. Straight up. Verse 15. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of the north. For the Lord is going to save, okay, meaning rescue the children of Israel from America. Because right here in America, there's all 12 tribes in captivity at the same time. Okay, at the same time. And from all the lands whether he had driven them. Right, because right there, okay, the elect have been scattered across the four corners of the earth. Okay? The elect has been scattered across the four corners of the earth. See? And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Right. Because the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, promised to Abraham, our forefathers, okay, that he would never forsake his seed. Remember, that covenant is an everlasting covenant, meaning a contract. So right there, and it's written that the Lord's never gonna he's gonna yet choose Israel. That word yet choose Israel means because the Lord's gonna choose Israel again, because the Lord is never gonna side with the heathen. It doesn't matter how bad they want it, how bad they cry, how mad they get, they might try to make fun of it. They ain't going anywhere, they ain't going anywhere. They ain't gonna go anywhere, and they ain't gonna change a damn thing, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers. Okay, this is what's happening right now. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and they shall fish them. That's what's happening right now. Okay, there's a lot of prophets. Okay, there's a lot of prophets. You know what I'm saying? The 144,000 teaching. Okay, the true prophets. Okay, teaching the correct word. Right, through the four corners of the earth right now. All right, and after will I send for many hunters. Right, because many hunters. Because the Lord's gonna raise up hunters. He's gonna activate the 144,000. Yep. And we're gonna get that in Jeremiah after. Okay, after this, to let you know that the 144,000, they are weapons. Okay, and they're stronger than anything that our enemies got out here. Okay, any sleeper cell, you know, any, AI, remember, you heathens and Edomites are retarded, you know, you're no match for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the angels and the 144,000. Okay, that's called playtime right there. Playtime. That's called playtime. You see, with all your your invisible suits, your clones, whatever you guys got, that's nothing compared to the 144, baby. That's just toys to the 144 and the angels and Yahushai, and you guys are gonna the left hand side, you clowns are gonna figure that out as soon as you guys make your move, But remember, the left hand side, you guys go first, because it's ladies first, ladies first, ladies first, Oh, absolutely, and the Lord don't want to hear no excuses, like, oh, I would, you guys weren't ready. Oh, the Lord cheated. Nah, you guys go first. Go ahead. Remember, because you guys got that beat down ready for you. Okay, that beat down is already going to be your beat down's already prepared. You see, huh? And they shall hunt them who? The 144,000, Yahushua and the angels. And they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Right, okay? Out of the holes of the rocks, because, these elites, once again, they're hiding in their retreats. They're hiding in their underground bunkers. Okay, this is something that you got to really understand. Okay, so they're hiding in their retreats, their underground bunkers. So Yahushai, the angels, the 144,000 are gonna hunt them all down. You see, So this is something to just give your brothers and sisters out there. Okay, refresher, let you know that our enemies ain't going nowhere. No, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going anywhere. So it's a very, serious time, but exciting time that we're in. Absolutely. Verse 17: For my eyes are upon all their ways. So because the wicked, they actually feel that they're not being watched and that they don't gotta pay for what they're doing. Remember that one Edomite? He came up, and I made that lesson showing that the Edomites, they're not gonna admit, they're not gonna accept the fact, to give up their kingdom, they're not gonna accept that. They're not gonna accept that fact. Okay, so that is something that is you guys gotta know out there, you Israelites, okay? Talking to the elect, because remember, the so-called white man, they're not just gonna give up their kingdom. You see, this man's gonna go out guns blazing, but once the 144 are activated, the left-hand side has the stage for a little while. Okay, you peons have the stage for a little while, but after that, okay, once the 144 gets activated, you're finished. You're through. Okay, when Yahushua gets here, that's end game right there, baby. That's end game. That's end game. You see? All right. So this is just something to let you guys know that, hey, because we ain't talking to you false prophets out there, Captain Tazariak, you clown. You see, and there's something that it was on my spirit. I wanted to address to remember out there, brothers and sisters. Although like Captain Tazariak and all that, these like Vocab, Malone, IOIC. Although these dudes talk crap, okay. Remember, okay. Although these dudes talk crap, all right. it doesn't matter. Like that dude, the Christian, remember Christian, God Logic or something like that. God Logic, Christian, that Christian dude that they had. It was him and Captain Tazariak. Remember that it doesn't matter, even if they try to, they say, oh well, let's debunk these Hebrew Israelites. Listen, nothing can be against the truth, only for it. So even though they try to bring the truth into a bad light, they're still exposing it, because they're still saying the name Yahushai. They may say, oh yeah, that name Yahushai is false. It doesn't matter. That word is still being proclaimed. Whether people say, yeah, I agree with that, or whether people say, oh, Yahushai, I don't agree with that, you're still exposing this. You're still exposing the truth. Okay? Because remember, all right, remember that nothing can be done against the truth, only for it. So it doesn't matter when you false Israelite groups, you guys talk crap and say, well, that's not the truth. Okay? It don't matter. You're exposing the truth. Okay? You're bringing the truth into the light. So it doesn't matter. Remember out there, Akim Aqua, just for you guys not to be like so mad, because remember, it's balance. Okay? Because remember, the Lord's in control, and the Lord knows what He's doing. All right? So that way you don't be like, oh man, I hate these guys, and just be all, hey, just calm down, you guys. Remember, relax, hey, calm down. Remember, the Lord's in control. The Lord's in control. The Lord got this, baby. Okay? Hey, just let the Lord drive. Because remember what the Lord said. Nothing can be, what Yahweh Shai said, nothing can be done against the truth, only for it. Alright? So, remember that. Alright? It's a very, very serious ordeal. Because although, they say, okay, well, let's debunk him, and, they talk and say, well, that name Yahushua is not correct. Okay, yeah, they may be trying to make fun of it, but they're still exposing it. Remember, the elect, all they have to do is hear the word, and they're waking up like that. So it doesn't matter what these peons say and say, oh, well, we don't believe that, the one Westers and all that. It don't matter, okay? You're still exposing the truth, whether you're bringing it into your bad light, whether you say, yeah, I agree with that, brother, or whether you say, I don't agree with that. You're still exposing the truth. You're help pushing the truth out there, whether you believe it or not, or like it or not. Remember, the Lord is a master at war. He's a master chess player. So that's why, too, we're not over here trying to, say, oh, well, you know what, Captain Tazariak, if you keep on saying that, we're going to go over there and, we're going to deal with you. No, because you're still exposing the truth. Even though, you guys are putting it in a bad light, you're still bringing out the truth. It's still spilling out through your teeth, whether you like it or not, Because, yeah, you're not teaching the right way, but you're still exposing the truth, because you're talking about the true prophets. Like Captain Tazariak, you're going talking crap about Paul Stahar, right? And yeah, go ahead and tell your lies, but remember, okay, nothing can be against the truth, only for it. So the more these agents get all nervous and say, oh yeah, let's talk crap about the man of the Lord, go for it, because you're just exposing the truth more and more. Remember that although the wicked try to paint the truth in a bad light, it's the truth, baby. Okay, remember that. So it don't matter. Let them say it. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, because remember, you're still talking about it, because you're still saying. You may say, oh yeah, Yahushai, that's not the real name. You still said it. You still said it on national television or whatever. You might say it on your radio show, whatever. But you still said the name of the Lord. You said it. Okay? You said it. So it's a very beautiful thing, because remember, the wicked, they don't have true wisdoms, because so although they're like, yeah, let's debunk these one Westers, and they're saying all that, let them say it, baby, because they're still saying the name Yahushai on those radio shows. that name is still being spread. Whether they say, oh yeah, I don't believe that, brother, but the name Yahushai, Yahweh and Yahushai is still being mentioned, and it's being spread. Okay? Alright? Although the masses may say, yeah, you know what, we don't agree with that. You know, yeah, you know, that's fine. But remember, the truth is still being spread. You're still exposing the truth. You know, you dummies. You know? So the Lord is using you as well, because at the same time, yeah, you know, you guys are going off, but at the same time, you're exposing the truth. Yep. Because remember, in all this, you know, they're trying to, you know, make fun of the truth and all that. Remember, there's truth in there, you know, and the hopeful elect are gonna see that, like, yeah, hey, that shit's right, you know, because the hopeful elect are gonna count the cost. They're gonna see, like, oh, hey, yeah, you know what, dang, you're right, you know, like, dang, you know, it's right. Because remember, the elect are gonna snap out of it. The 2/3, you guys are gonna keep following the phonies. See that? See, so this is why we don't get all worked up, because the wicked ain't going nowhere. Okay, remember, the elites are going to slavery. So where do you think you small clowns are going to go? You little minions. You guys ain't going nowhere. You know, you guys are actually helping expose the truth. Whether you guys say, oh yeah, these guys are losers, it don't matter. You're talking about us. Okay? That's right. Okay, you're talking about the true teachers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, Lord willing, I'm part of the hopeful elect. But you're still talking about the true prophets. Okay, yeah, you may be talking down on them, but you're still talking about them. Okay, you're still talking about the Lord. See, you know, you're exposing the truth, whether you like it or not. You may not agree with the one Westers, but that's the truth. So you see that, Akim and Aqua? Just to let you know, okay? Because I know, you know, it's gonna work. A lot of you guys, you know, you're like, yeah, you know, it pisses me off and stuff like that. It's okay. You know, hey, don't worry about it. The Lord knows what He's doing. Okay, and for those who are like, you know, lying about Apostle Har and all that, okay, they have to remember the death angels are out here. Okay, remember these clowns ain't going nowhere. All right, and if that dude don't repent, every word is he has to give account for. So you know, let him run up that tab. Let him run up that tab. Remember, okay. Just grab your popcorn and just believe in the Lord. Don't worry about the wicked. Don't worry about them. Don't even worry about them. They're nothing. Don't worry about them. Just, hey, don't worry about these clowns. You know? You see? Huh? Verse 17. For my eyes are upon all their ways. Oh, you know what? Let me, yeah, okay. Verse 17. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face. So the Lord's like, don't worry about him. You know, let him run his mouth. I'm watching him. See? You know, just to let you guys know that keep a little balance, you know? Because, yeah, of course, true teachers of the gospel, you know, we got to, of course, defend the gospel. We're going to get on that right away. But just to let you know, just to, kind of rule your spirit, just, remind you guys, rule your spirit. And remember, the Lord's in control. The Lord sees them. But, yeah, of course, yeah, get on them, rebuke them. But don't let that anger control you, Remember, rule your spirit. So, you guys know what to do out there. But just, just a little reminder to let you know, hey, the Lord's in control, baby. And what Captain Tazariak's saying about Apostle Har, hey, that man's going to have to pay greatly for that, Because that's, he's bearing false witness, But that's on him, you see? And best believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the angels are watching him. Like, all right, no problem. No problem. You want to go down that route? It's no problem. See? Because the Lord loveth judgment, And he's going down that route. What does that mean? Well, those in the truth already know. You see? So just remember that, when there's a lot of this, going on out there, that the Lord, although these guys are, these false Israelites are bringing out, trying to blaspheme the true prophets in the truth, they're still exposing the truth at the same time. They're still exposing it. They're still exposing it at the same time, which is it's a very beautiful thing. Because although you guys say, oh well, Yahushai, I don't agree with that's his name. Yeah, but you're still saying it on your radio show. you're still saying the names. The elect, remember, the elect, all they have to do is just see the name, and boom, they got it. Hear the name, Salakia. Okay, all they gotta do is just hear the name. So they are actually helping expose the truth at the same time. Although, yeah, they're trying to make fun of it. They're like, oh no, that's not the truth. You're still saying it. You're still saying the names of the Lord. Yeah, you may not teach it, but you're still saying it on your radio shows. You're still exposing the truth at the same time. Yeah, you may be mocking it, but you're saying it. Remember, the elect, how are they waking up? All they gotta do is hear the names, and they're waking up like that. Remember that. Okay? So, the Lord knows what He's doing. So, just to let you guys know out there, okay, remember, of course, rebuke them. We got to get on them right away and say, look, what they're teaching is lies, so we can, edify the sheep. But also remember to rule your spirit, and remember, you tell them they ain't doing nothing. You can't do nothing for against the truth, but only for it, because they're helping expose the truth at the same time. Yeah, they're trying to make fun of it. They're being clowns, but they're still saying the name of the Lord at the same time. So the name of the Lord is being spread throughout these radio shows. Although they may be, they don't believe it, it's still being announced, in these microphones, and the true elect that are hearing it are gonna wake up. See? So that's something you gotta kind of think, it's a strategy. Remember, the Lord is, He's using them to, distract the 2/3, but also because it don't matter, because even though you try to, expose the truth as evil or bad, you're still exposing it. Okay, you're still you're bringing the truth attention. It's just the way it is, because people know now about the 144. Okay, they know about the name Yahushai and Yahweh. See, it's being exposed. Because remember, the wicked, they don't have true wisdom. Remember that. So although they try to mock the truth and be like, oh yeah, this and that. Remember, the wicked, when they do that, they're actually helping us. Because you're exposing the truth. Whether you may say, yeah, but we're making fun of you, don't matter. You're still mentioning the 144, and you're still talking about Yahushai. See? You're saying it on your microphones, on your radio shows. So the word is being spread out, you dum-dums. Remember that the Lord's the ultimate man of war. See? So let these, don't worry about these clowns. Don't worry about them. That's why the Lord said, don't worry about them. I got them. I see what they're doing. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 17. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face. Neither shall iniquity be hid from my eyes. Right. See? Their sins. Okay? So everything that the wicked are doing, okay? Everything that the wicked are doing, hey, it's man, the Lord sees everything. See? So follow me to Amos. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so Amos chapter 9, verse 2 on down. Though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Alright, so what does it mean that they shall dig into hell? It just means that, uh, although they dig into hell, that right there just means that, they're digging into the ground. You have these militaries, they have DUMBs. It's called deep underground military bases. All right, they're underground retreats, they're underground cities. All right, so because they're digging holes in the ground and they think that they can hide from the Lord. You telling me the dudes are not retarded? You see? Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. So who's the right hand of Yahweh? Yahweh Shai. Though they climb up to heaven, their space stations, ISS, their space force. You see? Though they climb up to heaven because they're going to their space force, their satellites. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Thence will I bring them down. See? Thence will I bring them down because, hey, they although they're out there in the satellites, they got their satellites up there, they got their space stations up there, Yahushai, Michael the Archangel, the angels are gonna, man, that's gonna be a very you're in the angels territory up there, those of you heathens and Edomites, you guys can barely move around up there, See, you guys are more vulnerable up there, because you guys can barely move up there. The angels are gonna be playing with you guys up there big time. You guys are gonna be in a world of hurt. But this is what the Lord is telling us to bring the hopeful elect out there comfort, to let you know that, hey, it don't matter what the wicked say, let them laugh. Let them build cases. They ain't going nowhere. Who are they gonna call? They ain't gonna stop Yahweh Shai, the angels, and the 144. You see? So that's just something to, Lord willing, comfort your guys' spirits out there. Because I remember with a lot of, people blaspheming and scoffers and stuff. Just remember, hey, let them talk. No one's going anywhere. They can talk, but what can they do? Remember, we're surrounded by cave dwellers. These leaders ain't nothing. Yeah, they may get red. So what? They got teams. So what? What are they gonna do? Exactly. But we're surrounded by a bunch of wannabes, a bunch of pretenders, actors, literally. Verse 3, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, that means the mountains, okay? Because you got something called like the Cheyenne Mountains, where they have like their military base, stuff like that, and there's others all over, So, yeah, because they're hiding, see? Although they hide themselves in the top of the mountains, the Carmel, which means the mountains, because those of you on the left-hand side, you guys are scared. Okay, remember, the leaders of this world, right there, they are scared. They're hiding. They're scared. All right. I will search and take them out thence. So the Lord got something for you guys, So remember, don't get too comfortable down there. Don't get too comfy down there. Don't hurt yourself now. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea. All right. So, because, these leaders have like underground shelters. They have like, you guys ever seen like that movie Godzilla? They had like CIA and like, like military intelligence. They had like, these top militaries, and they had like bases inside the ocean. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that right there, this is what these leaders have, you know? Like these top rulers, top militaries, they have that. They have bases inside like the oceans and stuff like that, you know? So the Lord is telling us that, oh yeah, I'm gonna take him out. Check this out. Thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Leviathan, okay? Leviathan is going to remember. There's that creature, Leviathan. He exists. He's very real. Okay, Leviathan is very real. See? All right, so this is something that you gotta understand. Okay, you know that creature is he exists. His name is Leviathan. Okay, and Leviathan has cousins. You see? All right, and that is it's a very, you know, it's a very you know, special creature, you know, with spiritual power. Absolutely. You know, so all this that we're reading right here is that the Lord is going to, you know, raise up righteous hunters to hunt down all you pedophiles down there. You know, all these, all the wicked that are like, you know, doing sex trafficking. You know, they're, you know, trafficking children and stuff like that, organ harvesting. All that, remember, they're all about to be dealt with very soon. You know, remember, the Lord and the angels know where all you clowns are at right now. You know, you guys ain't fooling nobody. You guys ain't fooling nobody. You know, don't even start. Just don't even start. You know, you see. But the wicked actually think that. You know, in their minds, they actually think, oh yeah, no one can see us. Yeah, right. All right. Keep that same energy. You know. You see. All right, let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Slock check. Bear with me. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. Right, okay? Because the Lord, who's his battle axe? The 144. Okay, the house of David. Okay, the house of David, the tabernacles of David. All right, that is who our enemies are afraid of. You gotta remember that, okay? The house of David is our enemies are afraid of them, okay? The house of David. Oh yeah, because they know that once the 144 get activated, that, you know, that's it pretty much. You know, you see. You know. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. Right, okay? Because the Lord's saying that, you know, thou art my battle axe. Alright, who? His men. Just like we read in Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 16. Okay, the Lord is going to send for many fishers. And after, he's going to send for many hunters. Many hunters. Because remember, the wicked, the left-hand side, yeah, you have the stage for a little while to bring in a martial law, okay, economic collapse, you know, cause civil war and all that. But remember, after that, you guys are going to be hunted. Oh yeah, by the Lord Yahushua himself. Okay, King David. All right. The 12 and the 144,000, the angels are going to hunt you devils down. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you devils are about to be hunted down. Alright. Yeah, so that's something, just, you know, You gotta always take that into consideration. You know that you guys are not alone out here. The righteous, remember, you guys got help. Okay, you guys are not alone. Remember that. So when the wicked want to talk trash, let them talk trash. They ain't doing nothing. Let them talk trash. Let them go in circles. They're only driving in circles. They ain't going nowhere. You know, where are they gonna go? You know, they ain't going nowhere. You know? See? Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. With thee will I break in pieces the nations. Huh? You hear that? So the Lord's saying, with thee. The house of David will I break in pieces the nations. Right? Okay? Will I break in pieces the nations? Huh? And with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Right? Because the Lord's saying, you know, that He's going to He's going to activate the 144,000 with spiritual power. You know, and they're about to be doing miraculous stuff out here. You know, man, you know, that power, that spiritual power has been put to the side for the time that we're entering now. You know, it's been, what, thousands of years since, you know, this world has seen that power. You see? You know, so, man, it's a very beautiful thing, you know, because, you know, although, yeah, you know, remember, we have to go through it, you know, that's the condition of the battle. Remember, prophecy must fulfill. So remember, like Yahushua said, offenses must come, but woe unto thee for the offense coming, you know? Yeah, because what the Lord saying, touch not my anointed, all right? And woe unto thee that offend one of the little ones, all right? Because it'll be better for that person to have, you know, a stone, you know, a big old stone wrapped around their neck and cast into the deepest part of the ocean. So let these scoffers talk, you know. The Lord has a judgment for them, you know. So remember out there, brothers and sisters, don't let the wicked, you know, get you so angry, so frustrated that you can't rule your spirit. Remember, don't worry about the wicked. Okay, they're retards. They ain't doing a damn thing. Okay, they have, what are they achieving? They ain't achieving nothing. Remember that. Okay, they're not achieving nothing. You know, you see, are they stopping the missiles from coming over here? They ain't stopping that. You know, are they going to gain? Are they going to gain the left-hand side? You know, more rulership? Are they going to gain the Dukes of Edom? You know, a month more in their kingdom? No. Okay, they're not going to do a damn thing. So remember that to you guys out there, brothers and sisters. Yes, you know, to the prophets out there, okay, to the teachers. Yeah, remember that. Rebuke, you know, rebuke the wicked, but at the same time, okay, at the same time, what? Okay, rule your spirit. Remember that. Don't let these peons, you know, get you so angry that, you know, hey, remember, rule your spirit. You guys know what to do, you know. Remember that. Relax, you guys. Okay, the Lord's in control. Yeah, I know it don't feel good, you know, especially when you know, these towns right here, you know, are talking about the apostles and all that. I know, you know, trust me, I know, you know, I know what you guys are feeling, you know, because you know, I feel it too, you know, I know, but remember, the wicked are not going anywhere, you know. But get your guys' mind ready, because that is the Lord showing us, look, you know, the wicked, yeah, they don't know nothing, but that persecution is coming. So just get your minds right, okay? Get your minds ready. You know, you guys out there, the hopeful elect, you know, you guys already know what to do. But this is just something from another, you know, brother in the faith, another soldier of Yahushua to another, okay? From another soldier of Yahushua to another brother that's in the trenches, just, you know, just to comfort you and let you know, hey, you know, we're in the trenches together, and you know, I know you're upset, because hey, I feel it too. You know what it is, you know what it is, baby, you know. You see, but that's okay. Because remember, rule your spirit. And remember, don't let the wicked, don't let these peons work you up. Okay, they ain't going nowhere. All right, remember that the Lord and the Lord Yahweh Shai is out here in the mist. Okay, and the angels are out here. You gotta understand that. You guys see the ships, the recordings, the so-called UFOs going up every day. Remember that. Remember that the elect are not gonna lose. Okay, you guys already got the victory, but remember that time is coming. Persecution. Scoffing. Remember that. Okay. Elder Mawatazak went into that yesterday. All right. Remember that image of the rockets, being blown off. Remember there was like the fist, with the handcuffs. Remember that. There was a whole lot going on there. The rulership of Babylon. Remember that what Elder Mawatazak went into. So remember that. So Elder Barak, he talked about that. Okay. Remember that we're coming to that time of persecution. So remember that it don't feel good, but remember our Lord had to go through it. So some of us got to go through it. So you got to remember that. And when certain brothers do get hindered up, some brothers are gonna go to prisons, are gonna go to concentration camps. But remember, the Lord is gonna be with that brother or sister in the faith. Remember that, okay? Of course, it don't feel good, but you got to understand the Lord went through that. And we got to go through the same thing. So just prepare your minds, because it's gonna happen. It's prophecy, and you guys, know what it is out there. It's just to, comfort from one brother to another brother out there in the faith, from another soldier of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to another out there, to the faithful and sincere, loyal brethren out there, just to let you know, hey baby, we're in these trenches out here together, and hey, I know what you're feeling because I feel it too, but that's all right, you see, because remember, the Lord had to go through it, but look at him now, and was the Lord able to endure that? Yes, he did. Okay, remember Stephen, okay, remember all those times. The Lord is gonna be with those. If that does have to happen, the Lord is going to be with that brother. The Lord is going to be with that sister in that time. In the fire. Remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel in the lion's den. Remember that, okay? So that's a very, that's a very, very, that's a very, very heavy thing. Okay, so you got to remember that in these times that, in the time that, we're in. All right, so just remember, roll your, hey, just relax, roll your spirit, condemn them, and hey, we're keeping it moving, we're waiting on the Lord, forget all these peons because their opinions don't matter. Romans 3:3, you guys know what it is. All right, to all the hopeful elect out there, stay strong and stay on the path, and don't worry about the wicked. Don't worry about it. They ain't going nowhere. So on your feet, soldier. Lord willing, this was edifying. And just rule your spirit and just stay in the spirit, stay patient, and trust in the Lord. Okay, he's going to be with the hopeful elect through these times. On your feet, soldier. Shalom.